Hello, hello, people of the world. I am from Trinidad and Tobago, and the subject is about anthem, the Trinidad and Tobago national anthem. But I supposed to know as an anthem. I've been playing anthem since I was 11 years old. Before we got independence, I played in the anthem God Save the Queen. Until August, I started to play the national anthem. I played anthems. I was in Cayman Islands for a few years, and whenever they have in a Commonwealth something in Cayman Islands, I play with the police band, they were playing different anthems. So don't I have a fairly good idea what is an anthem? Well, in Trinidad and Tobago, I feel sad when anthem is played and people who are supposed to know better, I don't know if they're willfully not knowing better or what, because it's either the anthem playing too slow like somebody dead or dying and you're sorry and everybody gather around and they're singing some funeral songs, or they're playing it too fast like it's some kind of lullaby. Isn't an anthem, is not an anthem supposed to be in a type of music to show pride for your country or pride for something? You're proud of your country and you raise your chest and you have your hand clasped, your fist claps and you're singing, right? Isn't the music supposed to be, as I said just now, in some type of military, like a march? The anthem is a march. It's not a too fast march or a too slow march. Some people playing it without even idea of a march. They're playing it fast, rapido, turn down the line like you're not feeling any soul, anything about an anthem in it. The words in the anthem are usually an important thing that could put in a vehicle to show pride, the vehicle being the music. So I have posted here some links. This is the first live I'm doing. I'm trying to get to put links so that while I am speaking, and I stop speaking, I could press the link and you will hear different anthems around the world. Well, now I'm speaking, I'm not seeing the links, right? So maybe I'll have to do this again. But the British anthem, you listen to the British anthem, you listen to the French anthem, da 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 da, something like that. That's an anthem. Da 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 da. Lord save our gracious King, not God save our gracious King. Beating it on pan. They're doing the same thing. Boom, 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 beating it like, as I said just now, right? So I posted here and I'm trying to how to get to there now, to go to the link to show what is an anthem. And I have put my anthem. Did I emphasize that I'm from Trinidad and Tobago? And my name is Trevor Curtis Joseph. And I went to a secondary school which had a band, the only band like that in the Caribbean, and with 6 trumpets and trombones, about 4 trombones and 2 French horns and a whole list of things. Okay. So I feel real sad whenever I hear the anthem playing, people playing the anthem in Trinidad, and I feel to vomit. You know, this kind of way. So I have, if somebody go on Facebook and they search for Trevor Joseph 58, and they search Trevor Joseph profile, right? So you press three, there are three nuts on the top right corner of Trevor Joseph. You press those three dots and you get search Trevor Joseph profile and put in Anthem. You'll see where I did a long lecture in two parts about the anthem and how an anthem should be, and Trinidad and Tobago pan, they call it the tenor pan. The tenor pan should be a soprano pan, and some different things. You might, some people might be bored, they don't want to hear all that, but some who want some education, they're going to play all that, right? But choose what you want, right? So how do I get to these links? How do I get to these links now? All right? To get to display these links. I've been struggling and trying to find out this all the time, you know. I put the links display, and now I go live, and I can't find it. Let me see. I thought when I go there, I would get comments will appear here. Well. Well, another thing, the anthem supposed to show a little culture of your country, right? You're supposed to feel when you hear the Italian anthem, you're actually hearing Italian music, ta-ta-ta-ta, ta-ta-ta-ta, that kind of thing. Okay? Trinidad anthem, we have a line in the anthem that says, every creed and race find an equal place. Every creed and race. The and supposed to make me say find an equal place. Okay? We have the Spanish were here. We have the Amerindians were here first. We have the Chinese come here. We have the British, right? Right? We have the Negroes coming from Africa. We have the Indians, right? We have different people, Italian and different people. So this line, every creed and race finds an equal place. You're supposed to hear in our anthem, which is about, according to the speed, it could be a minute and about 15 minutes long, a minute and 23 seconds and so on. Right? We have invented the pan in Trinidad. It's an amazing thing. How come the pan being the national instrument of Trinidad and Tobago, nobody has created a specific part for the pan, let's say the solo pan, the melody pan, the highest pan, which they call tenor pan, which shouldn't be tenor pan, it should be soprano pan. How come nobody has done a specific part for the pan running through the anthem? Pan bass is the best bass in the world. Boom, ba-dum, 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 and it's ringing out percussion bass. Then there's another pan called the double second that do the strumming. It's amazing to see the double second strumming. We have something in Trinidad and Tobago, the iron, big piece of iron, kong, 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 kong. Place that somewhere. We have the quattro. Okay, right? I was going to say, we have to have the British represented. We get independence from England, from the UK. We need to have the Chinese represented. In my anthem, I use a gong to represent the Chinese. You know what a gong? A gong is a big something wrong business on the whole circular disc on the wall that it will hit. Power! Okay. Right? You have the Indians, and they have a music here called chutney music, and they have a tassa, right? You must hear a little piece of tassa, you must hear a little piece of African drum, you must hear a little beat, like a little calypso beat, right? part of the anthem, you must hear a piece of a parang which we get from Venezuela. You must hear a little feel at Tobago also, right? So I have done that in my version of the anthem. I have done that a long time, since 1986. I used to be teaching a cadet band and arranging for them, right? And so on. So I have done that, and I hope, right? I was certain that Trinidad and Tobago would have seized the opportunity to have that in here in a pan going through the anthem. Ta ta da da ta 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 ta. Now the pan playing that. The original brass band at the time when that anthem was arranged. No doubt nothing else could have been done to that but have it in a strict or military music, which Bitan and other people will call royal music. But now we have our culture, as I was saying. You should have, right, the pan, ta, 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 to hear the pan going, pam, pa, ting, pang, pa, ba, da, pa, dong, ping, pa, da, ba, ding, pa, ta, tang, pa, ta, pam, pa, ta, tang, pa, tang, pa, ta, tang, pa, tang, da, pang, pa, tang, pa, da, bi, bi, da. I have arranged something like that, and you hear the pan bass, oh, pum, pa, tum, pum, pa, bum, kang, the iron. Pum 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 pim pum 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 pim pum 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 pim pum pum pim pum pim pum, and you'll hear a little piece of a feeling of a regular band whose leader has been dead about 2 years now, Joey Lewis, Pal Joey Lewis, right? You'll hear a little feeling of something like that. You must have that. So I have to find the example how I could display while I am speaking here. I shut up and I get to play, let you people hear the Italian anthem, the French anthem, the British anthem, then hear my anthem. Then you go and listen to all the Trinidad and Tobago anthem, right? And find, no, you want to vomit. If you want that, some people putting it in jazz too. This is not jazz country, this is a calypso country and parang. We're glad we have people playing jazz here so they could represent Trinidad in jazz like how people in sports and other people, and we could represent people in operatic music. Right? So when the jazz husband want the wife, the operatic wife, singing in some big choir, right? Well, she want to vomit when she go to a jazz thing, and he want to vomit when he go to one of that, right? Because they both, they have the place. We have people doing that, okay? So I decide to make a life, and I decide I'm going to let people hear my anthem, listen to all the Trinidad and Tobago anthem, right? And you comment and tell me who, if my anthem is not the correct thing they should have. And a little while I have done that. Let me see if I could get to where this shouldn't be so difficult. You know, I've seen some icons here, but I don't know what they are. All right, in case you all didn't hear, I'm speaking about the Trinidad and Tobago anthem. Trinidad and Tobago anthem, every time I hear it played by anybody, I feel into vomit because they're either playing it slow, like somebody dead or dying, or they're playing it too fast, with no soul, no pride. An anthem is an anthem. It means that you will stand for your country and clasp your fist or whatever and raise your chest and raise your head high, right? And be proud of your country and sing like the French, da 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 da, not da 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 da. Or the British anthem. Somebody playing the Trinidad and Tobago anthem and a pan before it hit the note, so somebody singing it, right? No, no. Da 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 da. This is no slowing, no legato style, smooth thing. This is the kind of music to rough up. Ta 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 ta. Except all anthems should be played like that. That is why it's called an anthem. Except in Trinidad and Tobago, we have a culture. We have steel pan. Since 1962, we get independence. Jamaica get theirs on the 6th of August. That will be Big Brother. We get it on the 31st of August. From that time to now, we will be 60 years old. And 60 years old, they can't put a pan in the anthem yet. Not pan playing the anthem, you know. That for trumpet. I'm a trumpeter since I 11 years old. I for trumpet, trombone, sax. If it's a saxophone band, well, saxophone will play it. If it's a guitar band, they will play it. But if it's a big band, military band, trumpet, French horn, those brass instruments, flugelhorn, same thing, right? Trombone, right? And so on. It's for that. Then if you play pan playing, the pan will come, but pan playing and the military band playing, and they want to hear the pan. So the military band, they cover down that. If I could have said bullshit, I'd have said bullshit. Right? You have to have a specific part for the melody pan, the soprano pan that they falsely call in tenor pan. Ta 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 ta. Yeah, la pam pa ting pang pa ba la ba dang pang pa la ba dang pa ta tang pa ta pam pa ta pam pa tang la pang pa tang la pang pa ta. And you hear na quattro strum in the back in a parang style la canan. When you reach da 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 da, they could change it to calypso strum. Pa da da da. That is Trinidad and Tobago. You must hear, as I said earlier, I don't know if it was recorded or people now start to hear me. But I said earlier, we have every creed and race find an equal place in the anthem. So you must have the Chinese. It starts with a gong representing the Chinese. Bah! Right? You can't throw out the British, right? Like people trying to throw out these former people who were doing that for, they were here too, right? So you have to leave the British royal thing in the music. Bam, bam, ba, da, da, da. You have to leave the European thing in it, right? You have to hear something from the Indians. Indians have something called tassa here. You put in a little piece, right? You have to put in a little piece of African drum, wherever those things could fit. There's only a minute and about 15 seconds, right? You have to put in the Spanish. You had to put in the quattro strumming and the canan, as I told you all before. You had to put a feel of Tobago. You had to put a feel of a band. I chose Joey Lewis. You get a little touch. Who know about Joey Lewis? He's dead now. You'll get a little touch of how he used to do his music, how he do his music, right? So I can't find the link, how to put this link to the Italian anthem, the French anthem, the British anthem, to show people in Trinidad and Tobago and the world what is an anthem. The world already know what is an anthem. What is an anthem, right? Let Trinidadians hear, hello, this is an anthem. What you doing there every year, and 60 years now, you go hear Chopinist playing for the anthem. I supposed to know, I'm 72 years old. I only want to get vexed out and look for a piece of 2x4 or who don't know whether 2x4 a doorpost to beat people over. I supposed to know what is an anthem, a playing anthem since I 11 years old. I said that earlier. If saying it over just in case it didn't come true. Right? So for God's sake, Trinidad and Tobago 60 years, or if only I want to use my pan in the anthem, get somebody to make a pan part for the anthem. They had to come real good to be better than me. Nobody knows everything in music or everything in everything, right? Everybody had a specialty in music, right? I had to go and plug in this thing or the battery going down, right? But they had to come real good. Some of them musicians go want to put it in jazz. I said earlier, jazz is not a Trinidad thing. We're glad we have people playing jazz here, right? But jazz is not a Trinidad thing. Okay. Where was I? Yeah. What I did when you people listen to my anthem, what you're going to hear, right? You're going to hear, it will start with the Chinese gong, I said that just now. You're going to hear the pan bass. Pan bass is the best bass in the world, that percussion bass. You're going to hear iron. You're going to get scared and say, oh, iron, you putting that in it too? Iron? Right? Well, you ain't going to hear much of it. Yeah? Da, 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 kang! The iron comes, pra, pra. Right? Iron is the rhythm that evolved with pan. Pan evolved from bamboo beating. Right? And some people go away and come back and tell you, don't say beat pan, say play pan. Stupid thing they're talking. Beaten pan, we invent that, we invent the pan, and we say beaten pan, no plain pan. It has a difference, you know. Long time when somebody, when they beaten pan, if they playing, let me get a song. Trinidad is my land, and that I am proud and glad. The pan man would have be that tang 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 titi dang da 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 tang ta tang ta ting tang 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 pang ping titi dang bam ba tang da dang ta ting tang ta tang ta tang ang dang 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 pa ting pang pa da da pang 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 pa ta ting tang pa dang pang pang dang pa. It I emphasis, they call that audio dynamics. Here how they gonna be beaten that if they beaten that they playing pan. Hear them. Feel a bit lang and they slide up that note. That and bullshit is the same thing. But they are no better. And who is guiding them should be able to guide them. You understand? So you see the beaten pan and playing pan, right? As I said, it has something called audio dynamics. You have to keep your audio dynamics in the music you're playing, right? What they should change, they're changing it, telling you, say, play pan, right? What they should change is that pan is not tenor pan. It has 4 ranges in music. Soprano is the highest, alto, tenor, and bass. The da pan is a soprano pan. And when I call it a tenor pan, I don't say T-E-N-O-R. I say T-N-A-H, I put that in bracket. The alto pan gonna be the strumming pan, the double second. I used to beat pan, I know. I started beating pan at a very early age. Even before I went in a band to beat pan. Pan by the road, I stop by the road, I take a stick and I find in the notes. I play mouth organ, I beating ping pong, I tune in my own cups. I have a little idea about them things. And from 11 years old to now 72, I'm supposed to know something. Right? So, ladies and gentlemen, people of the world, right? In 1986, I used to be arranging for, not just arranging, I used to be teaching a cadet band through the ministry in Superior, Trinidad and Tobago Voluntary Brigade. And I used to arrange the music for them, right? And the idea of panning the anthem, in 1986, that came to me. And I make that pan. A lady I was husband to, she said, "My Trevor," she probably listening now, she said, "Trevor, patent it." When computer came in on CD, well, okay, I organized that and put it on a CD, then I put the pan bass, I put the double second strumming, right? I have the trumpet doing its thing, the trombone doing its thing, right? And as I say, you're hearing every creed and race through the music, right? Represented the European, the British, the African, and so on and so on. Every creed, if we could put pan as a creed, right? will mean that they have a move on in Trinidad right now as though they're trying to push that Pan should play everything. Pan should play the anthem wherever you have to play. Pan must play the anthem. Pan, the best solution for Pan, all that music I do, I put Pan in it, you know. And people listen good. That famous arranger, where his name again, a young fella, he is so young again. He came in the Red Hall of Justice when I was working, I called him down, so he listened to my whole CD. And he watched, he said, all he does put his tenor pan, referring to the melody pan. Right? And he hearing pan strumming, prang, 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 and he believe, prang, he hearing all of that. I grew up in that. Right? So, let me conclude by thanking you people for listening, and people going live at this, hear them saying, share the live, as though when you, this is the first live we're doing, right? So as though when you share the live, it's recorded, it's there. I ain't seen nothing here yet that telling me record, so I could have it, right? So what shall I conclude? How shall I conclude this speech, right? Let me remind you that I give examples on a link, on three links about why the anthem, and then a link to my anthem. I can't find it. I thought I'd just press the link and people would have heard it, right? I've been trying to find out how to do that, going on YouTube and so on. And YouTube, Facebook wasn't taking more than one link. I see it take the 4 links now, but I'm not seeing it, right? Somebody tell me how to go on Zoom and organize everything on Zoom. So whatever come on the screen, you'll see it. Well, that's our next course, right? Our next thing. So what you can do, people, as I said just now, is to look for Trevor Joseph 58 on Facebook, or go on YouTube and look for Trevor Joseph. You'll see my picture. There are a lot of Trevor Joseph. Trevor Joseph Music or Trevor Joseph Channel, right? And just look for Trinidad and Tobago Anthem, best version. How I have it down? Trinidad and Tobago Anthem, best version 1, best version 2, best version 3. And before I forget, I compose music, something like the anthem, explaining all what I just said, right? In a kind of drama, a kind of dramatic kind of music with a little where we anthem, and you hear the bass making different things. I'm a musician. As I say, you don't know everything, but I'm no more than some people feel I know. Less than some people, of course. Right? So, people, if you could share the live. I'm going to click finish now and see what will happen. I'll touch and finish. Ladies and gentlemen, people of the world, I'm doing an apology here because concerning the last live I did, I was interrupted a couple times. As a result, some of the words wasn't heard. In addition to that, it kind of called me to go and settle under certain topics. I was going to say something and forgot, right? Under the subject of jazz, there's something called speaking loud and saying nothing. I remember time Carlton Zander came back from Canada and he's holding a live thing in the savannah by the community center. And Ian Fitz, who taught me to play guitar, who was a top guitar man. I was telling him, speaking loud and saying nothing. I respect the guy, my friend, from ever since, right? And I told the story of Fitz playing in a band and a white person, a foreigner come and they want to hear a brown skin girl, right? So, right, the audience, what all it thing you're doing, you're showing what you could do. Audience really studying that. Under that same topic, there's this guitar man named Slim. He used to play for a side and soprano named Beatniks combo. He's very good, right? They respect him. When them fellas are wrong, I can't play guitar, right? I could play guitar when they reach well, right? So we gone. Slim finished play with Beatniks and he played with Song Revolution, which are the national band. People leave their job to do music. They were here. He met me and he said, we go in Canada, we get a contract to go Canada. I say, Slim. But them don't know why I've been through one thing, right? I say, Slim, don't go up Canada and play jazz, and bossa nova and all them things, That's not what they want to have a Caribbean band for. He said, you don't know, Baba, you really. And I'm not a guitar man like how he is and things, so really and truly, I probably feel I don't know nothing. I hear nothing. That was somewhere, maybe, I can't remember the year, right? Slim, if you're alive and you're hearing me, hi, right? He said, no, you don't know. So they're gone. Sometime after I saw him, a year after I saw him, I bounced him up in Marbella. Marbella is a district in South. And I call him and I see he's spinning around. He was in company with two other guys. Hey, he tell him, look a good musician here. Look a good. Hey, when we gone up to Canada there, and the owner of the club, right here what we doing, he called me outside and say, hey, I didn't bring all you up here for that, We had to learn, Slim tell him, we had to learn now a whole set of thing there fast in one night they had to learn a set of tune. He telling them that's a good music. And he's like, well, you worry with me that kind of way. Because I can't play guitar with here. I ain't no chords like he. But me a bound to because I want to be like Joy Lewis kind of music that people feel it sweet music. So I hear Joy Lewis on the interview at time. Joy Lewis say, the guitar man leave, he decided to learn to play guitar. And the guitar man tell him, concentrate on sweetness. So whenever Joey Lewis making a counter melody to something or he don't do a solo within the chords that the tune is replaying in, he finding something sweet to play. That's the idea. And jazz, looking for all kind of thing. And tell me a story about jazz already. Right? So once again, bye. Ready, finish button, boy. Finish. Yeah. Another thing I remember, concerning vibrato and sax and playing sax, and I even playing the sax. We gone by a popular combo named Javan Wells and Fyderbad. You see the then saxman, main saxman, who playing without vibrato but playing a nice sax. He living opposite the combo, Javan Wells. So we gone out there, gone on with the trumpet. I had a professional class. I didn't know then until after. And we playing and then backing me up and then people gathering on the band and thing, Fyderbad and thing. Javan get brass now there, right? And when we taking a rest now, I pick up the sax and I'm going to play Blowing in the Wind. And I let go a few notes. All of them finna and say, who's the sax man? Who's the sax man? I can't play nothing fast like that fella could play now, but right, that's studying Carol and his sweet tone. Right? And that fit in something I was going to say and then the volume went down somewhere before. So here ended the apology. Thank you for listening.